So these 740 wagons were actually sold in America before anywhere else. They're actually designed for the American market initially. You'd never think it, would you? It's exactly the same, isn't it? My mum sent me this for Christmas. A toy Volvo with suspension just as bad as my actual real life Volvo.
A great gift. But wait, there's more!
Look what one of my friends sent to me all the way from Malta. Factory fresh. So yeah, when the bottom of your shock absorber looks like this, there's definitely no question as to whether it's leaking or not. You can't mistake that for anything else. Take the pressure off the shock and give me access. So take out this little grommet if we can. Well, that's gone forever. So that's that one out. They probably would have failed the inspection on this as well, you know, guys, even if it wasn't leaking. Well, the other side, it was leaking. This side's not leaking, but I bet they would have failed it on this. From my experience here with inspections, just everything is a fail, basically. There we go. Just some gentle persuasion. So yeah, guys, obviously the shocks aren't correct. I should have known better, really. I just assumed that this 1988 Volvo wouldn't have Nivomat rear suspension. So Nivomat shocks, they're basically a self-leveling shock absorber. So it's all contained within inside the unit. There's no external parts. Basically, yeah, it self-levels. It automatically adjusts if you've got load in the car. It's quite a clever system, really, how it works. And it also makes for superior ride comfort as well. But I don't know if they all came with it in 1988. I'm not sure if it was just on nicer models. I don't know. This thing's got ABS. It's got heated seats. They all had heated seats, actually, didn't they? Yeah, it's got air conditioning. It's a little bit kitted out, this one. It's a bit of a nicer one, so I mean, you can just tell by looking at it. So yeah, she's got the fancy rear suspension. €300 a shock absorber. Now, I decided just to fit these shocks that arrived, these standard shocks, not the Nivomat shocks, because obviously they're considerably cheaper. And it's not about being cheap, but really I don't want to be spending €600 on Nivomat shock absorbers. I haven't even got it through the inspection yet. I don't know what it's going to fail on, if it's even going to go through. So I had the rear shocks to hand, the standard shocks, so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to chuck them on and see how the car looks. Now, there's the danger of it sitting too low at the rear, because standard shocks will work, but for that you need standard coil springs as well, because the coil springs that are on the car go with the Nivomat shocks and they're softer and they're lighter. So yeah, the car can sit low, especially with load in the back. So I decided just to fit the standard shocks with the Nivomat rear coil springs and see how the car looks. So the shock, the top of the shock went in through here. So that's basically up in that cavity there. So the bolt would go, I'm poking my finger, the bolt would go through there, through to the other side, and then into a captive nut. You can see up here, there's a little bit of surface rust starting. I've just scraped away at it with a screwdriver, you can probably see, just to get the loose paint off. So whilst the shock's out, I'm going to take this opportunity to spray all this down with fluid film to protect it a little bit, because it's not really the sort of thing you can really see or even get to when the shock absorber's in. And obviously if that keeps going, there'll be holes up there eventually. I think it will take a long time, because that area doesn't really see much moisture or anything, but yeah, you know, still, you know, once it's started. So there we go. I'm sure that'll do it a favour for a few years. A little bit of protection. It's funny, once I was changing a shock absorber on a Ford, and it said, "Do not open or eat." And I always wondered why it said that, and I was like, I mean, that just seems ridiculous. And well, yeah, I mean, I've just seen this one here, "Do not open or heat." Ah, that makes much more sense. What's going on there? Yeah, it's okay unloaded, I think. It should sit a little bit higher than that at the back, just slightly, because it's sitting as though it's got stuff in the back when it hasn't. So yeah, as soon as you put some weight in there, she's going to sag too low. So yeah, we definitely need some coil springs.